You've probably heard the rule before. 10,000 steps a day. It's treated like a magic number, a minimum requirement for health, fitness, and fat loss. Miss it, and it feels like you've failed for the day. But what if that number isn't as necessary as we've been led to believe? For many people, hitting 10,000 steps feels unrealistic. Busy schedules, desk jobs, family commitments, the pressure adds up. And when the goal feels unattainable, motivation drops. Walking becomes all or nothing. Either you hit 10,000 or you feel like it doesn't count. The human body didn't evolve with step counters. It evolved with movement patterns, not arbitrary numbers. Yet the 10,000 step goal became a global standard, not because of biology, but because of marketing. And over time, it hardened into a health rule. But science has been quietly challenging this idea. A large 2025 meta-analysis looked at walking volume and long-term health outcomes across hundreds of thousands of people. What it found surprised many researchers. Walking around 7,000 steps per day delivered similar health benefits to walking 10,000 steps. Not slightly lower, not almost. Similar. The benefits weren't minor either. At roughly 7,000 steps per day, the risk of early death was reduced by about 47% compared to very low step counts. That's nearly the same reduction seen at 10,000 steps. In other words, most of the benefit happened before reaching the traditional target. This reframes the entire conversation. Health improvements from walking follow a curve, not a straight line. The biggest gains occur when moving from very low activity to moderate daily movement. Beyond a certain point, adding more steps yields smaller returns. That doesn't mean more walking is bad, it just means it's not essential for everyone. Now let's talk about fat loss. Many people assume more steps automatically mean more fat loss. But fat loss depends on sustainability, recovery, and hormonal balance, not just calorie burn. For many, forcing 10,000 steps daily adds stress. Time pressure increases. Recovery suffers. And stress hormones quietly work against fat loss. 7,000 steps, on the other hand, often fits more naturally into daily life. It's achievable without turning walking into a chore. Consistency improves. Stress drops. Daily movement becomes something you maintain, not something you chase. And consistency matters more than perfection. The question isn't whether 10,000 steps are good. They are. The real question is whether they're necessary. For most people, the answer is no. 7,000 steps already deliver the majority of health benefits, including cardiovascular protection and longevity, without the pressure of an arbitrary benchmark. For fat loss, the same principle applies. A sustainable daily movement habit supports insulin sensitivity, energy balance, and metabolic health. Walking works best when it supports life, not when it competes with it. This doesn't mean everyone should stop at 7,000. Athletes, highly active individuals, or people who enjoy long walks may naturally exceed 10,000 steps. And that's fine, but for general health and fat loss, more is optional, not mandatory. The real takeaway is freedom. You don't need to chase a perfect number to be healthy. You need consistent movement that fits your life. 7,000 steps isn't a shortcut. It's a realistic target backed by science. So how much walking do you really need? Enough to move your body daily. Enough to be consistent. Enough to support your health without adding stress. And for most people, that starts well before 10,000 steps.